All right, let's get into our update tonight for XRP, August the 20th. Looking on the daily, we have pulled down, crossed down under our orange line here, which was below that 294. We closed a candle at that 294, so it's a possibility we could push on up, hitting up there around that $3.33. However, we are still on the downtrend on the daily. So there is a possibilities on the daily. We're going to come down possibly touching that 272 down to 268. If we break that 272, you can see 268 coming into play, and we may possibly wind up with that $2.45. Now, when we move on down to the 4-hour time frame, what we're looking at is everything is starting to line up to where we're going to wind up hitting around that 272 is what it's looking like. Because on the 4-hour, we are pulling up and triggering. So I'm looking at that $3.03 is probably where we might wind up pulling up to before we push down more, because that would be an ideal setup. As you can see here, we pulled up, came down, pulled up in here again, and done another reset for another drop. Here we've created one, but we didn't really push up into it. So it's a good possibility that it may actually this time push up further, hitting our yellow line, giving us that 303 area and pulling back down. Now, that's not to say that we won't come up here, clearing out this liquidity gap over here on the 4-hour. So you could see that $3.20 possibly. Moving on down to the 2-hour time frame, you can see on the 2-hour time frame we actually did do that exact setup. Came up in here, closed the candles, started the new candle, and we've started that descent. So it's pulling down, hitting all this area right here. Moving down to the 1-hour, it has come up, triggered, and it's come back down. What it's looking like to me, because on this 1-hour we're still on the uptrend, it's wanting to come up here, hit these lines. So there is that 303, 304 right there, but with that yellow line, so it's probably going to hit the yellow line. It's possible we go ahead and hit these other two lines here as well, the blue and the pink. So 308 is the option there for play. And then as we go on down on the time frames, the 30-minute time frame is saying that we have got to come down. It's like it's getting ready to push down, which looks like we're actually setting up another pop to the upside right there. See those lines? So we've already pulled down into it. We'll wind up seeing it push up again, possibly being able to hit those 303 area, which would actually set it up on the 4-hour right in here for that pull back down. So if we wind up breaking through this stuff and heading up, be looking for us to move on up higher. If we do not break this area up past that 309 area, we're going to be pulling back down, possibly down to the 272 or the 262 area, clearing out that 4-hour time frame. But I don't see us going past that $2.46. I see that as a bounce for our next leg up. We hit that one. Now let's go ahead and look at the 5-minute and the 1-minute as well. As we called them earlier and stuff this morning, when I was saying that we was going to go up to the pink line on the 1-minute, and it was also going to be a 5-minute, we did both of those. And here we are, we went up. We wound up getting the sell right here, got that higher high, and we brought it all the way back down, and we've hit our pink line, blue line, and yellow line is right there. So all three of those are getting hit right now on the 5-minute, but we're going to come on down some more. And as you can see, we cleared out through all those as well. Looks like everything is pulling down, getting ready to flip again for the downside. So even though this right here is telling us we're going to come up, it's going to come up right here, about that 294, possibly up to the 294.19, and then push down some more because we are still on that 5-minute downtrend. And that will what we're got going on right now. So yes, if we can break above that 309, 311 area, then we may be looking at a little bit more of the upside, but long term, it looks like we may be actually getting another pullback to the downside. The great thing about it, if we can get it to do that pull to the upside, is it's going to move our daily yellow, bringing it on up higher. So it might be a few more days before we get that big pull down. So that way, maybe it'll be around that 270 area or something, as well as on the 4-hour chart. As you can see, as we keep going, right now, bottom of this section is around the 272, which would be our low down here. So we're looking and hoping that we can continue to move a little bit farther, pull up our pink line into that 272 area, so that way we bounce off of that and that pushes us up and then can get us up into those all-time highs before we wind up coming back on that daily yellow line. Because the way this plays out is it starts on that 1 minute time frame of hitting that pink line, and then it starts going through the time frames, and we've went through all of those, and the only ones that we've not cleared out the pink lines thus far is the 4-hour and that daily. And that daily is going to be a long time before we wind up hitting the daily again. The yellow line, that one is a common one to hit on the daily. So looking at it, 4-hour, that's one of them that it needs to hit it before we send it, technically. So be looking for that. We're just wanting to see us to pull up a little bit more, pull that pink line up to where our current support at 272 is sitting, so we don't continue any more bleeding out. So if you like this information, you can look at the charts and be able to kind of understand what to do. And I mean, if you even look at it on the daily chart here, you can see most of all the triggers that we get for purchases. They kind of line up with sales and everything. So sell, write it down, wait for the entry, exits, or you can be longing it, shorting, and then keep going until you get that higher high or whatever there, and then you get a sell it. So you could have rode this one all the way up until you got the trigger here and that. Those two confirmed to sell. Just like you had a higher low, then an entry. Same thing, you got a lower low and an entry. You got the lower high, and that's an entry to sell. Right there, you wound up with a higher low and the entry to go to the upside. And I seen this one and I thought, no, we're going to keep going. No, it was right again. So on the daily, yes, there is the possibilities we're going to go ahead and continue on down. I was hoping that this right here, this little drop, was going to be this little section right here for us to give that next leg up. But it appears that we're going to continue the push down. Along the way, we'll pull it up and come back down and stuff. And that's just going to increase our yellow line on up so that we can continue to push this down for another entry on the daily. So be watching out for that. I am going to be in the Discord each day giving out updates on this. So if you want to join in and learn these, be able to use these yourself, they are in the Discord. The membership is $21.99 a month. You get all the technical indicators here. You get how to read them. You get the ability to ask me to check out other coins and stuff, and I'll give those to you. I give updates throughout the days, as I look at it in the Discord. So if any of that intrigues you and you want to be able to take and get that information, by all means, come join in and we'll get you set up. I will see you in the Discord, hopefully, or I'll see you in the next video. Y'all stay safe out there and watch your trades.